What if they were in Pokemon Unite? Going over what certain Pokemon would look like if they were added into Unite. Now, I love the grass starters. All of them are just great across the board. And with Chikorita being announced for Legend ZA, I thought what better time than now to see what Meganium would look like in Pokemon Unite. Now for its role, I chose it to be a supporter instead of maybe a defender or all-rounder, just because I thought that would be a little bit more interesting with some of the move choices that it will allow to learn. Then for its stats, very much a supportive, bulky mon with not much mobility or scoring, really focusing on supporting your teammates. Now for Meganium's ability, I went with Leaf Guard, which will basically cleanse you and your allies of any status conditions afflicted to you if you drop below 35% of your health. And for your base attack, I went with a boosted third attack, which becomes a Mega Drain, which pulls enemies in slightly and restores a tiny bit of your HP. For its first move slot, I went with Razor Leaf as being the first move you would learn on level up, and that would just be a very basic fan-shaped attack that damages any enemies it hits. Then at level 5, you can go a pure supporter route with Safeguard, which will cleanse and shield any nearby allies, or a little bit more offensive of a route with Giga Drain, which would damage enemies but still heal allies so you can still fill that supporter role. Then for its second move slot, I went with Sweet Scent as being the first move you learn, and it's pretty much a slow smoke in move form, which I thought would be really interesting to see how that plays out CC wise. And then at level 7, similarly with level 5, you can go the pure supportive route with Grassy Terrain, which would summon a terrain that heals and buffs allies as well as debuffing any enemies in the area for a short period of time, or the more offensive route with Magical Leaf, which would basically be similar to a Stealth Rocks type attack that would damage and debuff any enemies in the area for a short period of time. And lastly, for Meganium's Unite move, I went with Cherry Blossom Blast, which would basically release a ring of energy that would heal any allies it hits and then damage any enemies it hits, as well as stunning and slowing the enemies as well. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to let me know by leaving a like and subscribing to my channel, and comment down below which mon you would like to see added into Pokemon Unite.